Basically, co-productions can be any collaboration between a producer in one part of the world and a producer in another part of the world. Usually, the fact that you're calling it a co-production would mean that you have some share of rights, business rights, potentially copyright, potentially creative control as well can be shared, and that's all, of course, negotiated and depends entirely on the situation. So a co-production can be any collaboration like that between producers anywhere in the world. But then there is a series of treaties between different countries, and there's, those have to be negotiated by the governments of each country. And there are, for instance, in Canada, there's 56 treaties between Canada and various other countries. I believe that's the most of any country to have the most number of treaties. So you can work outside the treaty system, and then there kind of are no rules other than the ones you negotiate, or you can work within. Probably overstated when I say there are no rules, because you basically, your intention is to access funds in each country, so there are rules to those funds even if you're not working within the treaty. So it's all going to be then particular to what funds you want to access, and you'll have to follow the rules attached to those funds. But if you are working within the treaty system, then you're actually working within the framework established by governments, so there's very, very strict rules and procedures for how to navigate that. So I would say the main way to compare and contrast them is to say that working outside the treaty system gives you some more flexibility, but really the treaty system is what gives you access to the full funding capabilities of each country. For instance, in Canada, to access telefilm, if you have a project that's split between Canada and another country, to access telefilm you would need to do it through the treaty system. So more money, but more rules, essentially, through the treaty system. And it works very well. There are certain countries that have very established relationships, like, say, Canada and Germany, Canada and Ireland work together regularly and successfully. And then there's newer treaties that haven't been used as much. For instance, the one with India there is a treaty, but it hasn't been used as much. So, there will be a brave team of people who will use it for the first time, and there could be a lot of benefits from it, but there will also be some things to navigate as it's being used for the first time.